it's all working again. Alright, one moment, guys. Just gotta check on my sound settings. Alright, one moment, guys. Just gotta check on my sound settings. There we go. Alright. Here we are, and we're in. Let me just... There we go. Alright. Oh, turn the sound down on here so I can chat with you guys. And go over here so I can actually chat with you guys. What's going on? Well. It does have me as live, but why can't I chat with you guys? Sorry guys, it's taking just a moment to get everything set up and ready. Oh, here we go. And here we go. Alright. So, last time we left off, we had just entered the second world. Cannot remember what we were talking about at all, but here we go. And as always, this load screen. It's like the bane of my existence. I wish that I could get this game to load faster. Because one time I was sitting here and I must have had another application open up on my PS4. It took a total of like 8 minutes to load. It was the worst. But, I mean, I guess it's not as bad as load times on some games used to be. I remember some games on my Xbox 360 being like, one time I had to wait 10 minutes for a game to load. It was ridiculous. Okay, so, to catch up on the last episode, we had just entered through what looked like a very large, tall keyhole door. And so now we're here. Oh, these shade guys, they just still give me the heebie-jeebies. It just, ugh. For the first time I played this, I was completely scared. I didn't know if they were gonna attack me. I didn't know if I was gonna die. Oof, they're just look at that. That's just so creepy. I mean, I want to cosplay it, I'm not gonna lie, but they are kind of creepy. And there's our little fox friend. I think I'm gonna give him a name. His name's gonna be Finny the Fox. So again, like we were talking last time, that statue appeared before in the prior level. So now it's got clenched fists, which is a little bit different. Okay, I'm coming. So the one thing I both love and hate about this game is its lighting. The mood lighting in this game is absolutely wonderful, but sometimes it is super hard to see things. You really have to kind of fine-tune your brightness settings, You could just play with the whole game with it completely lit up, but then it kind of takes away from some of the spookiness, which kind of sucks. Ooh, another cutscene. Oh, what a pretty effect. Angry sounds. Pat, 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 pat feet. And let's light some of these flames, shall we? Alright. Oh. Little foxy guy. Alright. So, again, kind of see that same thing, and I wonder what we have to do. When we literally just did this a moment ago. And notice anything familiar, guys? It's the windmills from the mural. I absolutely love the foreshadowing that is done in this game sometimes. It is so cute. Alright, let's grab the ball. And change the day. Come on. This one takes forever. So what I find kind of funny though is that unlike the other one, you needed it to be completely nighttime. Oh, here we go. Angry burb. Very, very angry burb. Hey, that's mine. Don't take it. That was rude. That was so rude. No, Foxy, don't go after him. Don't go. Don't go, Finnick. And I guess I wonder what I have to do. So, out of all the levels in this game, I have to say this is kind of the most stark out of all of them. No bird now. Oof. And down we go. I have to say this is the most stark out of all of them. It really feels desolate around here. The other areas kind of feel like they have some sort of life to them, but this one just feels dry and scorched and like nothing else is ever gonna live here. I think that's kind of why it's my second favorite area in the whole game. My absolute favorite, which you guys will probably not see this episode because all of these areas take at least about probably an hour, hour and a half, if you're really clipping through them. You probably won't see that until next episode or the one after that. So, as you notice, when I'm in shade, that bird's not seeming to want to attack me. So, shade is good. Okay, so, there we have him. So let's go see if we can find another one of those keys. Sorry guys, I am just very tired. I ended up waking up at 6 a.m. this morning. It is now, where I am, about 9:30. Because I had work at 8. And I did just get back from seeing A Wrinkle in Time, which, if you haven't seen it, I could not more highly recommend that game, the movie. It's got Oprah Winfrey, Mindy Kaling, I think is how you pronounce her name, Reese Witherspoon. It is phenomenal. And it's got a really feel-good message to it that's not done in a sappy way. And I know, take that with a grain of salt. Some people always worry about people praising movies with heartfelt endings. But it is. Um, it's the first movie I've left the theater having just a very nice, calm sense over me in a long time. So that was wonderful. Yeah, flame on. So these things, you see them time and time again, and I'm just not a fan of them. Because you have to, again, pardon me guys, you have to yell at them in order to get them to switch around for you. It can be a bit of an inconvenience sometimes. So, okay. There we go, there's the key. That's what I was looking for. And we open the door. Ta-da! Mural. So another thing I love about this game is that it gives you your instructions via like murals. So clearly there's something that I'm going to have to do with those windmills, and that involves the bird. So I think that's kind of another reason that I like this game. It just, not only does it look good, does it feel good, it plays well. It doesn't force feed you anything, but it hands you all the things you need, which I enjoy in my games. Let's see. Okay, we gotta get over here. Please, quick, 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 quick. Like a bunny. No, 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 no. Ah, whew, that was close. After I get through this tower, I may just show you guys what it's like, to get attacked by the bird. Because it's not terrible, it's just a little unpleasant. Yeah. Alright, in we go. I love that, like, effect when doors disappear. So, I actually didn't notice this until my last time playing through, is this mural right here. Again, you have a king figure and a boy. Very important detail again to take a look at. This is a running motif throughout the whole game, so it's a really important thing to pay attention to. Okay. And, ooh, do I have time? Oh, I don't have a good camera angle. No. Ah. Alright, let's go this way then. There we go. There we go. So in this level, every level kind of has a theme of how most of its puzzles get solved. This level kind of has a light and darkness theme to it. That's very prevalent in this game. In this level. Let's get you over here. There we go. Okay. And I can even use my own shadow. I find puzzles like that one kind of clever, and they always kind of, they tickle my fancy. Because they do it in such a way that it really involves your character. Without being too obtrusive. Like, you must claim this sword and embed the dagger into the demon, and that's not necessary. Back to cover! Okay, and boom, we have some shade now. So, again, shade coverage is always good in this section. Again, we have a skull. We gotta use that to help us get through. Ooh. Let's so now we have some inky blackness. But this is also giving us shade and coverage, so kudos to the inky blackness. Okay. Scooch over here. Yell at this. And there we got those now. Alright. Oh, please don't fall down. Please don't fall down. Ah. Go away, bird. Ugh. Oh no. I'm probably gonna get eaten. Yep. Well, so that's what happens when the bird comes down and grabs you. It's... The first time it happened to me, it completely startled me. I just kind of sat there. I was like petrified that like I got a complete game over because nothing else had really hurt you like that. I was worried I was gonna have to do all this progress over again. It's actually not too terrifying. Again, this game wants you to get through it. Ah. Okay, what's going on? Yeah. This game wants you to make it through. And that's a really, I think, a very important aspect in this storytelling style game is that it wants you to make it through. It's not trying to throw you any curveball or anything. It's trying to make sure that you can make it through. Because I have played some games that their main idea is storytelling, and they completely kind of fail in that aspect. Here we go. Inky black cloud. Take that, you mean burb. Bad burb is bad. Oh, it's our little fox buddy.
Hey. Hey.
Okay. So, had I not already gotten it, there is usually a collectible down in that tower right over there, that you can go grab. It's gonna be one of the lullaby pieces. There are 7 of them, to keep in mind. And I will kind of, like, fiddle around the area just to make sure that I got everything, because I am still trying to complete this whole game. After I played this game the first time, I was so moved and so dedicated to the game that I decided I was going to try and achieve everything in it, which is all fine and dandy. The game does kind of let you easily progress through it. It just doesn't give you things, though. That is kind of the key factor in this game. So, when I first played this, I saw those guys, and I stopped dead in my tracks. I gave them a huge berth of distance between them. I was completely terrified that they were going to just, like, kill me straight up. It was very, very worrisome. I was very scared of them. So there are kind of 2 ways that you can go about this. You can go here, through this, and go take care of that windmill. But I've never done it through where you can go to this one. So we're going to actually do that one first this time. Just to kind of see if it makes any difference whatsoever. All that I've ever been told is that you can do it. So we're going to see if we can do that. So there's our little fox friend. I hear him. Yay! Fox buddy. So careful, careful, careful! Don't get eaten. Okay, more flame because you can never have enough fire. Fire is love. Fire is life. Um, okay. Um, oh, okay, I almost fell off there. Um, so, get across there. So, I do plan on actually making a cosplay of this character known as the boy. Um, my really good friend is going to be helping me put together the cosplay, because as much as I love cosplaying, I'm kind of a bad cosplayer. I'm really bad at sewing. Um, so hopefully she can help me get this ready in time for my favorite local convention, PortCon. Um, I have attended PortCon for the last several years. And every year is really fun. My favorite thing about them is they actually, by the way, not sponsored by PortCon. Boy, would that be great. Um, my favorite thing about PortCon is that it's really friendly. Um, I've gone to it for the last couple years, and one of my favorite parts about it is the fact that, you know, really anybody can attend it. So they try to make sure that at all times there's programming that's suitable for, you know, adults and children. Um, so you'll never find a block of time during the convention where there's only 18 plus panels, which has been known to happen at other larger cons later in the evening. Which kind of sucks if you're not 18. Because then what do you do? You know, your end night ends at like 9 o'clock? That's not fair. So, at all times, there's always something to do for people if you're under 18. They do have some really fun 18 plus panels there as well, some of which get regularly showcased at Anime Boston, which I'm a little bitter that I didn't get to go this year, but things happened this year, and it's probably for the best that I didn't, but can't wait for next year. I am super stoked. I'm actually thinking of doing a Miss What's-It cosplay from the movie that I just saw, A Wrinkle in Time. I am and always have been thoroughly enamored with the work that costumers do in their movies, especially in science fiction. Because it seems like when you're doing costuming for science fiction, you get to kind of throw the rulebook out of the door a little bit. Because when you have this scientific fiction ideal, you're really able to be like, okay, well, you know, here's an ethereal being. Here's, you know, someone who's lived for hundreds and hundreds of years. You know, what is their fashion sense really going to be like? Versus, you know, when you do a historical documentary or historical drama, you have to get clothing period accurate and correct. Which, that's not to say that's not fun, but it does cut out on the creativity quite a bit. I think one of my favorite, science fictions movies that I ever saw for their costuming was probably, I really enjoyed Alice in Wonderland's costuming, because not only did it ring true to these characters, but it also gave them an extra depth, that, you know, you never really seen before. So I really did enjoy Disney's Alice in Wonderland, because for as little attention as it sometimes gets paid by the person watching a movie, costuming really makes or breaks a movie. Oh, I hate this puzzle. So if you don't do it right, then everything kind of goes wah wah. Goes to heck. Alright. There we go. Here we are. But for me, costuming it's definitely one of those things that makes or breaks the movie. because when you have costuming, it really helps transport you to your other world. You know, you could have a very simple soundtrack in a whole movie about magic, and that kind of gives the impression that, you know, well, magic's kind of set in the mundane world. Versus if you have these costumes, these elaborate costumes that characters are constantly changing, and um, or they're just, you know, wildly outlandish, then that really sets it apart from that. You know, uh, I cannot even remember the name of it. It's a fantasy movie that the entire soundtrack is simply just violins. That's all the soundtrack is violin. But what's really cool about it is that even though it's all violin, you still get this feeling that you're in this beautiful fantasy world. Um, that you just never quite make it to. And to me, that's what sells it. That's what really sells it. I have to say, probably one of my other favorite, well, not movie, probably TV show, for costume design would be the sci-fi series Tin Man. Um, just the way that they made the main character, uh, DG, how they always kept it very simple for her, very farm girl, um, and the way that they decided to do a much more grittier version of The Wizard of Oz. Uh, the way they did their costuming really helped with that because everything looked like it could have been from this beautiful fantasy land, but a lot of the clothing was weathered. A lot of the clothing had kind of, you know, what looked like muck, grime, or very hard wear on it, which really showcased the idea that, you know, these people in the OZ have gone through a tough time. And it's those kind of details that just make me so happy. So, remember earlier how we were on a boat? Look familiar, guys? Again, so one of the things that I've been in reading the fandom theories and everything, and the fandom is really split on a lot of different things. One of them being what some of these murals are and exactly what they stand for. My personal theory for this before. Okay. I had never done that before, so I guess he won't eat me. My personal theory for all of this is that this is just kind of like the boy's narrative to himself. But there's a lot of different theories as to what these mean. And at the end of the final video for this series, maybe we'll sit down and have a live stream just talking about the theories and what they could mean. Because there's a lot to unpack in this game. So, I love when they give you climbable textures. I don't know why, I've always loved climbing, but this to me, that climbable texture of the net is just, it's just gross to me. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know why, I'm not. But I much preferred the vines that we had in our previous level. Go across, please go across, Can you not go across? There we go. There we go. So it's kind of funny because in this level, the bird here almost kind of dooms himself. Because for this one in particular, he helps me with every single block getting this one out. skull block. So one of the things I want to know is exactly why they chose for this very common interactable item to be a skull. Because in this game, everything feels very deliberate. It doesn't seem like there's a lot that was just left up to like, oh, okay, I guess we'll figure out why on the cutting room floor. It all seems very deliberate, and again, that's another thing I really enjoy about this game. You get this sense of like everything was meant to be what it is, which as a gamer, I think a lot of us can appreciate, because there are so many times that unfortunately games get rushed in production, and then you're just basically trying to deal with, you know, a game that's like, we could have done more to it, but no, we're just gonna give it what you got. So I think to me that's very important. And our second one. Yay! Windmill stops, cloud forms, and now you can see the larger cloud there. And smacky smacky. And we go dark again. Oh! Oh, that's why he was there, because this is how you exit here. Okay. Okay. May or may not have forgotten that. Oh. Whoops. So this place is a lot harder to get out from. I'm really terrible at remembering how to do this one. Okay. So there is a way down completely to the floor. I just cannot remember it at this moment. So I'm probably just gonna... I know there's a collectible down there somewhere, but I'm probably gonna skip it for the time being. Just to be able to make it through. So, one of the things that I didn't find out until a bit later is that these shades here, they kind of almost fear you. Another boat. So, oh, where is he? There he is. There he is. Hi, hi. These shades almost fear you. They will actually run away from you. In this level, which is, I don't know. It's definitely different, I guess. But what's kind of cool is that even though this area is in total light, I can be in it without fearing being attacked, because it's still technically being covered by that shadow there. And as always, there's our big looming tower that's gonna be important in a little bit. So we do have one more tower to do, but it is reaching about 10 o'clock. I am trying to limit these Let's Plays to about 30 to 45 minutes, at max an hour. So I'm gonna just get us to our next tower, and then we'll be, I'll be signing off for the night. So normally I would actually be going this way to go to the tower that we just completed, but because I just did that, we're actually going to be going backwards, what most people would do. And I guess it didn't really do anything. I think the only thing that's going to change is the last cutscene of this area. But let's see if I can make it to the water. Because unfortunately, this last one, the whole thing is underwater. So it makes it a wee bit difficult coming this way to try and get into the water. So we're just gonna try and make it through here. Okay. Oh. So for this place, you're having to do the whole thing underwater, because the moment you go up, the bird's going to attack you. Which stinks. Thanks. Um, but let's get inside. So there's the last tower that we have to get. There's our last tower. And let's go inside that bad boy, shall we? Alright. So, it took me several deaths to realize that these bubbles actually are what give you, you know, the air you need. I don't know why it took me so long, it just did. Um, but, it is super possible to drown. I didn't think it was until, probably around this area. Here we are. And so, like everything else, again, we have two keys that I'm gonna have to get from all around this underwater area. So, we're gonna leave it off here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more or when I actually do my streams, please hit the notification bell on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and also I will start posting my live stream times in my cosplay blog, which is JR Cosplay, on Facebook. Please follow me there as well, and as always, I love you all. Bye, my lovelies.